The most jealous people we've met aren't insecure. They were just scared of losing something that felt safe. And honestly, that fear makes us all act a little off sometimes. You catch your partner texting at odd hours and your brain instantly goes, "Who's that?" That's jealousy. And it's only a proof that you care. That's all. Jealousy is a very common and mostly harmless emotion, but when you don't handle that feeling right, it can end up doing the very thing you were probably afraid of, pushing your partner away. Because jealousy isn't something you can ignore. You've got to learn how to catch it before it catches you. I'm Max from Marriage.com, and we've seen this up close. Couples who think jealousy means the love is broken. But no, it's information. It needs to be processed and acted upon. It's your mind saying, hey, I don't feel safe right now. Can we talk about it? So let's talk about it. What jealousy really means, how to calm it fast, and how to keep love steady even when fear shows up. So, if you've ever been in that spot, hit subscribe. We unpack the messy parts of love so you don't have to keep guessing your way through them. All right, let's start from the beginning. Understanding how jealousy starts. It's way easier to stop a negative pattern before it takes over your relationship. Maybe it's a text, a tone, or just a weird silence, but suddenly you're not calm anymore, you're alert. It's something so small you could almost miss it. And that's where the real challenge lies, catching it early before your mind starts filling in the blanks. The second you start guessing, assuming, or replaying what just happened, your brain begins to build a story, and not the kind you would want to live in. Here's the fastest way to stop that spiral. Name it. Say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling jealous right now. I know, it sounds almost too simple, but it is not. The moment you name a feeling, you pull it out of the shadows. You stop it from hijacking your thoughts. That one honest line can keep a passing emotion from turning into a full-blown theory or a full-blown fight. Be honest. Have you ever seen a tiny moment transitioning into a whole theory? You're not the only one. Drop a quick thought below. You never know. Something you say might be exactly what another couple needs to hear today. Once you can stop jealousy early, you've already slowed it down. But there's something that fuels it more than anything else: comparison. And that's where we're headed next. Jealousy grows anywhere comparison lives, and comparison is sneaky. You don't even realize you're doing it. That's the thing about jealousy. It feeds on small moments like that. You see your partner talking to someone, and without meaning to, you create a scoreboard in your head. They're more confident, they're more attractive, they're more interesting. But love doesn't work like that. Your partner didn't choose you because you're the most anything. They chose you because of your mix, the things that feel easy, familiar, safe, and specific to you. Jealousy tries to make you forget that mix. It zooms in on one thing you think you're missing and ignores the 100 quiet ways you already matter. So the next time comparison shows up, remind yourself, no one can copy your energy. Jealousy fades fast when you remember who you are. When jealousy hits, most of us do one of two things. We either shut down and hope it passes, or we pick a fight just to feel in control again. The real fix is learning to talk about jealousy without making it sound like an accusation. Instead of, "Who are you texting?" try, "Hey, I noticed I felt a little off earlier. Can we talk about it?" You're still being honest, but now you're sharing, not cornering. That one shift changes everything because it tells your partner, I trust you enough to talk about what scares me instead of hiding it or turning it into a fight. That's not weakness, that's emotional maturity. So you see, our goal isn't to erase jealousy completely, it's just to understand what it's trying to tell you and how to make that work in your favor. Which brings us to the big question. Is jealousy ever healthy in a relationship? Honestly, a little bit, yeah. Jealousy gets a bad rap, but not all of it is toxic. A touch of it, the kind that says, you still matter to me, can actually keep a relationship alive. It reminds your partner that you still care, that they still have your attention. That's what we call healthy jealousy. The unhealthy kind, though, doesn't stay a feeling. It turns into control, blame, or self-doubt. The healthy kind turns into a conversation. That shift from accusation to awareness is what turns jealousy from a threat into a check-in. And this way, you don't have to pretend you never felt it and that you just have to learn how to express it in a constructive way. Now, if you want to learn how to do that in real life, our free guide, Constructive Ways to Express Jealousy in a Relationship, walks you through simple, respectful ways to turn those tense moments into honest ones. Links in the description. Because that's what healthy love really looks like. Knowing how to meet hard emotions with honesty. And that honesty starts in small moments. Sometimes all it takes is 3 seconds. Here's a quick fix you can use anywhere: the 3-second rule. The next time jealousy hits, don't rush to prove a point or fire back a question. Just wait 3 seconds. In those 3 seconds, breathe. Let the first wave of emotion pass untouched. Smooth and slow. Notice what you're feeling: the tension, the insecurity, the urge to react, and simply acknowledge it. Catch up to your thoughts and decide your next step rationally. Ask yourself, how can I handle this without turning it into a fight? That tiny pause is more powerful than it looks. It is when you stop letting your emotions lead and let your awareness step in. 3 seconds might sound small, but trust me, it can change the whole tone of a conversation completely and how much peace you keep afterwards. So, one end note: jealousy happens. It doesn't prove that something's broken. It's just a sign that you care, and you just have to work on it a bit. Feel it, name it, talk about it. That's how love grows stronger instead of scared. If you want to take this deeper, check out our next video here. We talk about rebuilding trust and staying connected even when emotions get loud. You'll want to see that.